I am Ned Stark, Lord of Winterfell, and Hand of the King.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the big and small screen characters whose deaths came way too early in the story. Obviously, there will be spoilers ahead.
Well done.
Number 10, Hobin Wash Washburn, Serenity. Fans will tell you that everything about this franchise ended too soon. Although he's not the only beloved Firefly character who dies in this movie, Wash's death is by far the most shocking.
Backup reaches 20%. Can you get us down?
I'm gonna have to glide her in.
Will that work?
After some incredible piloting through a vicious space battle, he successfully crash lands Serenity only to be immediately killed by a spear right in the middle of his moment of glory.
I'm a leaf on the wind.
It seems to come out of nowhere, and fans were left speechless and horrified.
Baby, please. Got a little baby, come on.
It's amazing how attached you can get to a character after just one short season of TV and 3/4 of a movie. Number 9, Zoe Barnes, House of Cards. We understand that you want to open the second season of a TV show with a bang, but this character deserved better.
Listen to what I am
I'm
saying.
trying to protect us both. These are questions anyone could ask.
But no one is except you.
Many viewers would argue that Zoe Barnes was what made the first season of House of Cards so compelling. That's why her sudden murder came as such a surprise.
I want to believe you, Francis. No, you...
It almost seemed as though the show's writers were sabotaging themselves, since Zoe's constant sparring with Frank was such a brilliant source of tension.
I promise you absolute discretion.
So we're talking about trust.
Use whatever word you like.
Some fans felt that the show started to go downhill from this point. It was just never able to recapture the spellbinding drama of season 1. Number 8, Scott Summers / Cyclops, X-Men: The Last Stand. You could argue that the first 2 live-action movies in the X-Men franchise kicked off the golden age of the superhero genre.
There's someone here.
Where?
I don't know. Keep your eye open.
Logan.
However, a lot of fans felt that Cyclops got short shrift, and it didn't help that he was unceremoniously killed off at the beginning of the 3rd film.
Jean?
Scott?
The movie has to go to extremes to show us that Jean has lost control of her powers, but why not kill off a few innocent bystanders rather than the X-Men's beloved leader? At least we got a glimpse of his beautiful eyes before Jean sucked the life out of him. Number 7, Russell Stringer Bell, The Wire. Idris Elba's criminal kingpin is one of the most compelling characters to appear on screen in a long time.
Nah, man, we done worrying about territory, man, what corner we got, what project. Game ain't about that no more. It's about product.
Brilliant, shrewd, and seemingly always 3 steps ahead, Stringer Bell often appears invincible despite the dangerous business he's in. But in season 3, he makes the mistake of pitting his adversaries against each other, and he pays the price.
You still don't get it, do you? Huh? This ain't about your money, bro. The boy gave you up.
By this point in the series, Stringer was in his prime, building his business up into an empire through sheer force of will. The scene is oddly anticlimactic for the death of such a larger-than-life character.
Well, get on with it, muff.
Number 6, Joe Brody, Godzilla. We blame the trailers for this one. As the first American Godzilla movie since the critically panned 1998 version, there was a lot riding on this film. The future of the monsterverse was at stake. At the same time, Bryan Cranston was at the height of his powers, having just finished his brilliant 5-year run as Walter White.
I am the one who knocks.
It makes sense that the studios would want to play up his involvement in this movie.
They evacuated us so quickly. I don't even have a picture of her.
However, the marketing led viewers to believe that Cranston was the star, so it was quite a shock when his character was killed off less than halfway through. Worst of all, he dies off screen in a totally underwhelming fashion. What a waste of a great actor.
Whatever it takes. Whatever it is.
Number 5, Matthew Crawley, Downton Abbey. Dan Stevens put the series writers in a tough spot when he decided to move on from the show.
Hello, my dearest little chap.
However, they could have found a more satisfying, or at least less pointless way to write out his character. Just after the birth of his son, Matthew is in a random car accident and is killed.
And I wonder what I've done to deserve it.
The scene lingers on his joyful wife and newborn baby, while Matthew lies bleeding in the ditch. It feels not just emotionally manipulative, but inappropriate for a show that usually handled dramatic moments with a more skillful touch. Number 4, Newt and Hicks, Alien 3. Even James Cameron was mad about this one.
Okay. All right.
The third installment in the Alien franchise picks up right after the second left off, with Ripley and company forced to flee the Sulaco in an escape pod.
Are we gonna sleep all the way home?
All the way home.
Can I dream?
Yes, honey. I think we both can.
They crash land on a strange planet, and we later learn that only Ripley survived. Neither she nor the audience even get a chance to react properly to this news, which seems to come completely out of left field.
Where are the others?
They didn't make it.
What?
After everything they went through to survive and escape the Xenomorph Queen and aliens, these unceremonious deaths feel like an insult.
Where are the bodies?
We have a morgue. We put them there until the investigative team arrives in about a week, I think.
Number 3, Carl Grimes, The Walking Dead. It's extra jarring when a major character dies off screen. In this case, not only does Carl die off screen, he's bitten off screen too.
If you can still be who you were, that's how it could be.
A few episodes earlier, he and Sadiq encounter a group of walkers and seemingly fight them off with no issue. It isn't until later that we learn that Carl was actually bitten, and his death is imminent. After all that this poor kid has gone through in his short life, he deserves a better ending. That said, at least his final few scenes are effective at showing his maturity and his growth as a character.
I want this for you, Dad.
Number 2, Supreme Leader Snoke, Star Wars Episode 8, The Last Jedi. The first episode of the sequel trilogy led us to believe that Supreme Leader Snoke was like a new version of the Emperor.
If Skywalker returns, the new Jedi will rise.
He's extremely powerful in the Force, and a master manipulator behind the scenes. Then in Episode 2, he dies, and we never learn anything else about him.
Such spunk. Look here now.
Setting up a character to seem super important and then killing him off is pretty unsatisfying. How did Snoke rise to power? Why did Palpatine create him in the first place? And what happened to his face? Apparently we'll never know.
I see him turning the lightsaber to strike true. And now, foolish child, he ignites it and kills his true enemy.
He's not the only cool character that we wanted to see more of. Captain Phasma only gets a few scenes before falling to her fiery and disappointing death.
You are always scum. Rebel scum.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Eddard Ned Stark, Game of Thrones. If you didn't already despise Joffrey, you definitely will after what he does to Ned.
So long as I am your king, treason shall never go unpunished. Sir Ilyn, bring me his head.
We get that his death is basically the catalyst for all the events that follow. It's also accurate to the source material, but that doesn't mean we have to like it. Ned is one of the few uncomplicated, honorable, and upstanding men in the series.
The man who passes the sentence should swing the sword.
He's not interested in politics or drama, and just wants to do what's right for his house and his family.
We've come to a dangerous place. We cannot fight a war amongst ourselves.
When the little blonde creep forces him to make a false confession of treason and then has him beheaded anyway, everyone is outraged. Then again, it's not like you can just let Sean Bean live. Which character's death caught you totally off guard? Let us know in the comments below.
Enough! We have people who need attention.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.